What if I shared with you that one of the largest obstacles preventing strong, dependable erections is unrelated to your age, your testosterone levels, or even your level of tension? The reality is, for numerous men, the issue is much more straightforward. It's something so fundamental that it's often completely overlooked: the method you manage your fluid intake. Now, this may initially appear overly simplistic. We're conditioned to think the solution involves prescriptions, complex dietary supplements, or costly medical interventions. Yet, what I've observed repeatedly in men over 50 is this: even the most optimal diet, the best exercise routine, and the finest supplements offer minimal help if your drinking habits are silently undermining you. This goes beyond merely consuming more water. It's about how you drink it. The specific pattern, timing, and composition determine whether that water genuinely aids your blood circulation or simply exits your body without being utilized. Over the course of the next few minutes, I will reveal 8 potent hydration practices that can significantly boost your vigor, blood flow, and hardness. All of these are grounded in scientific fact, not promotional claims. These are the identical tactics I've shared with countless men in my professional practice, many of whom believed their difficulties were purely hormonal, until correctly timed fluid intake revolutionized everything. So, before we delve into the detailed remedies, let's take a moment to grasp why hydration plays such a crucial role in men's sexual function. The secret connection between adequate fluids and erections. Essentially, an erection is a hydraulic phenomenon. It's not a mystery. It is basic physiology. Your system depends on a rapid influx of blood filling the spongy erectile tissue, which is then held there under pressure. This means your success at that moment is completely reliant on your body's capability to move, deliver, and retain liquid. And what happens when that liquid, your blood, becomes dense, sluggish, or insufficient? Everything is compromised. Even slight fluid depletion can quietly ruin this process without you noticing. Here is the mechanism. First, a lack of water literally thickens your blood. Remember, more than 90% of your blood plasma is comprised of water. When you haven't had enough to drink, that volume diminishes. Your blood becomes more viscous. It's akin to trying to force thick syrup through a narrow tube instead of water. Your heart must exert more effort. Your blood vessels are strained, and blood struggles to enter the smallest capillaries, including those within your erectile tissue. The outcome: softer, shorter-lived erections. Second, insufficient fluid intake activates your stress response. When your body senses a lack of water, it releases cortisol, your main stress hormone. And cortisol and testosterone are intrinsically opposed. When one level increases, the other declines. This means that when you are chronically undersupplied with fluid, your cortisol remains high and your testosterone subtly drops, depleting energy, drive, and sexual interest. Third, dehydration forces your body into a survival state. Your body begins to ration its resources, prioritizing essential organs like the heart, brain, and kidneys. Functions such as sexual desire, arousal, and performance are sidelined. To your body, intimacy becomes non-essential, a luxury it cannot afford. So even if you believe you are drinking sufficiently, the critical question is whether you are hydrating in a manner that your body can actually utilize. That is precisely what the following 8 methods will rectify. Tip number 1. Hydrate proactively, not reactively. Most men wait until they feel a sensation of thirst before reaching for a drink. But thirst isn't an early indicator. It's an emergency signal, your body's last-minute announcement that you are already parched. The superior method is to always anticipate thirst. Keep a small container of water nearby and take a few small swallows every 15 to 20 minutes throughout your day, even if you don't feel thirsty. This steady, preemptive hydration prevents spikes in cortisol, maintains a stable blood volume, and supports consistent production of nitric oxide, the molecule your body uses to relax blood vessels for better flow. It is one of the easiest habits to adopt, yet it safeguards your erections long before any issue ever emerges. Tip number 2. Sip, don't chug. Many men mistakenly try to make up for lost fluid by rapidly drinking large volumes of water all at once. But here is the critical point. Your body can only absorb approximately 200–300 milliliters in one go. When you inundate it with more, the majority of it just passes straight through. You end up eliminating your effort before your cells are ever properly saturated with water. Consider it like nourishing a dry plant. If you pour an entire bucket of water over hard-packed soil, most of it simply runs off the top. But if you slowly and consistently drip water, the soil is able to absorb it. Your cells function the same way. Frequent small sips, not random large swallows, lead to profound hydration. This simple modification keeps your blood thickness balanced, your circulation steady, and your tissues prepared for performance. Tip number 3, the pre-meal fluid window. Many individuals believe drinking water during meals assists with digestion, but that is a fallacy. Large quantities of liquid taken with food actually dilute your stomach acid, making it harder to break down your food and absorb vital nutrients like zinc, magnesium, and amino acids, all essential for testosterone and vascular health. The wiser approach? Consume your water 30 minutes before you eat. This prepares your digestive system, hydrates your stomach lining, and guarantees your body absorbs nutrients more effectively once you begin eating. And after your meal, allow your digestive system at least 30 minutes before drinking substantial amounts again. This minor alteration optimizes nutrient absorption and keeps your hormones and blood flow in harmony. Tip number 4, temperature is significant. Indeed, even the temperature of your water affects your physiology. That very cold glass might feel cooling, but it's not optimal. Cold water causes a temporary vasoconstriction. Your blood vessels constrict and absorption slows down. Water that is at room temperature or slightly chilled is far more effective. It hydrates faster, places less strain on digestion, and supports superior overall circulation, including to the regions most critical for hardness and stamina. So, if your aim is powerful, reliable performance, avoid the ice. Your body will appreciate it. Tip number 5, the seated sipping method. This one surprises most men. When you consume water while standing or walking, your body is still in a minor fight or flight state. In that mode, digestion and absorption are not given high priority. When you sit down calmly, your parasympathetic system, your rest and digest mode, becomes active. This state allows your cells and intestines to take in fluids more efficiently. So, whenever possible, sit down, relax your shoulders, breathe deeply, and sip slowly. You will absorb more, hydrate more deeply, and maintain more consistent circulation throughout the day. Tip number 6, avoid the diuretic pitfall. Here is a major hidden source of dehydration: diuretics. Beverages like coffee, black tea, fizzy drinks, energy drinks, and alcohol all cause your kidneys to expel more fluid than they take in. That morning cup of coffee does not contribute to your fluid intake. That glass of wine in the evening actually reduces it. The remedy is simple. For every serving of coffee or alcoholic beverage, consume 1 extra glass of water. The goal isn't to eliminate your morning habit, but to achieve equilibrium. This balance maintains a steady blood volume, protects your vascular tone, and assists your body in keeping the responsiveness needed for healthy erectile function. Tip number 7, the morning electrolyte boost. When you wake up, your body is already low on fluids from 6 to 8 hours of sleep. If you begin your day with only plain water, the majority of it will simply pass straight through. That is why adding a tiny quantity of unrefined sea salt or pink Himalayan salt to your first glass of water is so effective. It's not primarily about the sodium, it's about the essential minerals: magnesium, potassium, calcium, and dozens of trace elements that function as natural electrolytes. These minerals help draw water deep into your cells, hydrating you at the cellular level rather than just filling your stomach. The result is quicker hydration, more stable energy, enhanced circulation, and a notable improvement in morning hardness and mental clarity. Tip number 8, the nitric oxide breathing enhancement. Nitric oxide is your body's natural compound for widening blood vessels. It signals your blood vessels to expand, enabling better flow. It is the very foundation of robust erections. And one of the simplest ways to increase it isn't through supplements, it is through nasal breathing. Here is how. Inhale slowly through your nose for roughly 4 seconds. Pause for 2 seconds. Then, exhale even more slowly through your nose for 6 seconds. Repeat this several times immediately after you drink your morning water. This gentle breathing exercise stimulates the creation of nitric oxide in your sinuses and lungs, improving vascular tone and oxygen delivery. Consider it charging your circulation before the day truly starts. Now, let's illustrate this with a personal example. A patient of mine, whom we'll call Robert, a retired engineer in his late 60s, came to me disheartened. He was active and ate reasonably well, but he constantly felt fatigued, mentally foggy, and detached during sexual encounters. He blamed his age. But when we looked closer, we discovered a clear pattern. Morning coffee immediately, hardly any water until lunchtime, large gulps of ice water after meals, and a glass of wine before sleep. When Robert adopted the fluid intake strategy I just explained, room temperature water with a tiny bit of mineral salt in the morning, sipping throughout the day instead of gulping, and practicing nasal breathing, the effects were almost instantaneous. Within a fortnight, his energy and focus were better. By the 3rd week, his self-assurance had returned, both in his daily life and in the bedroom. That is the understated power of correct hydration. So, to summarize, Effective hydration isn't about hastily gulping random glasses of water. It is an intentional daily routine. Sip frequently. Drink 30 minutes before your meals. Select water that is room temperature. Be seated while drinking. Counteract your coffee and alcohol intake with extra water. Add trace minerals in the morning. And breathe deeply through your nose to stimulate nitric oxide and blood flow. These are not complex medical interventions. They are simple, potent physiological facts that most men disregard. Yet they have the potential to completely transform how your body functions. Therefore, remain consistent, ensure you are properly hydrated, and take charge of your circulation from the inside out. If you are new here, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, and share. If this information resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more genuine, scientifically supported methods to sustain your vitality. In our upcoming video, we will examine 5 specific foods that naturally improve blood flow and hormonal balance, and how to combine them with these fluid intake habits for even better outcomes. I am Thinker, here to remind you that minor smart adjustments performed daily generate the most significant changes. Remain purposefully hydrated, and I will see you in the next video.